and very quiet, you know. Nothing really crazy ever happens in Star. It's very rare if it does. What more could you ask for? You know, so it's a peaceful, nice place. Coming from a little small town, you know, people learn how to value more of what they accomplish or the things they do than other people that, you know, have it all and stuff. And, you know, we work hard for it. Goal! I live with both my parents and my 3 other siblings. I have 1 sister, 2 brothers. I'm the oldest, and I love them to death. My dad is very old-fashioned, and you know, he's strict and hard on us, but a lot comes on me and they expect the most out of me and put a very good example for my siblings so they won't, you know, go down the wrong path. I work from 4 to 7 at Cur Drug in the pharmacy, and then my evenings off I go run in the park, or either if I'm playing a sport, I play soccer and volleyball, and that takes up my time. I go out maybe like 20 or 30 minutes from here, but it's not bad, you know. Or sometimes we just chill here with all the friends. I plan to go to Meredith College this fall, and I want to go for fashion and product development, and I'm just excited and ready to go. We're from a small town in Star, but you know, in the long run, I mean, that won't really matter as long as you appreciate what you have, value what you earned, and just work hard, and you'll be successful.
Pilot, and my brother's a pilot, so that's kind of like a family thing. That my dad's dad was a pilot, his brother was a pilot, and my brother is a pilot, but I'm not a pilot. I'm kind of a musician. I don't know where that came from. Well, I started off just playing acoustic guitar with the old man named Harold, who came and picked on the porch with me, and we played fiddlers conventions and stuff, but I realized I didn't like bluegrass music, so I went to this rock and roll camp with this friend I had to play the drums from elementary school, which I'm actually still in a band with him today. And now we started writing our own music and stuff. That's about it. We've actually played on the radio stations in a lot of different states too. I'm not much into like classical music and music theory and stuff. I could care less about that. So I can play music on, hopefully, I mean, I would take, if we got like a good record deal or something, I would go with that. And I wouldn't even, you know, have to worry about college, but that doesn't happen to most people. So if not, I'm probably going to major in communications in the media or something like that. You never know, I might be the next Ryan Seacrest. And my backup plan's kind of the Navy, but I would go in as an officer after college. I wouldn't want to be an enlisted man. That'd be bad. I want to do something adventurous with my life. I don't want to just be stuck here with like boring job every day. I want to do something exciting. Keeps me on edge. Advantages of growing up in Star. It is a golden opportunity, so I need to think of something, even though I haven't seen the golden opportunity. Well, I guess, like, you know how to work on a farm or shoot a gun or something like that. I mean, in the city, all you know how to do is just shop and blow money. I probably wouldn't be who I am if I didn't live in Star. If I lived in some big city, I'd probably be different. I might be snobby or something like that.
While I was student body president and editor-in-chief and executive council member of NHS and numbers upon numbers of other leadership positions, I came to my last few weeks of senior year now, and I realized that perhaps I took myself way too seriously at times, and that there's a time for seriousness and there's a time for foolishness, I think. And I think that for me, I lost my foolishness. Sometimes I'll sit in my room and think about where I'm going. You know, I'm going to Wake Forest in the fall, and many of the admissions counselors have told me that I'm fortunate enough to go to Wake Forest, and I know that because the odds of me being accepted for the freshman class were 1 in 10. The odds were definitely against me. For the longest time I thought it was impossible. There was no way I was going to get in. So I think that had I not driven myself so far, perhaps I wouldn't have been accepted, you know, to the school I've been dreaming about since sophomore year. Driving through Star, you can see the vacant buildings. You see these, you as an optimistic person may see like possibilities, you know, that this town could be completely revitalized, but as someone like me who tends to be a little pessimistic, I see more the degradation of a town, you know, that a town sort of dwindling away, and it's just going to end up drying up, you know, almost. But with those students whose parents have deceased, whose parents may have been laid off work, there is that sense, you know, that maybe I shouldn't graduate, or maybe I should graduate early and get a job in order to help support myself and my family. And I think in a small town you definitely see that more than you would in a city.
I don't feel like Star's ever changed really. Like my whole life, not really much goes on here. Everybody just wants to keep it a small town, and we just stay as a community. Like everybody's just friendly with everyone. We don't want to become a big town and have that fall apart. A lot of people actually, somehow, I'm not sure, they get trapped in whatever county. Like a lot of people end up coming back and they don't really get to go out very far. And like a lot of people think that success is money. So most people don't leave. There are people that they find success and happiness and they want to stay down in their hometowns. But for me, I think that I want to travel a lot and I want to see the world. So for me, I think that I will go ahead. After I leave Star and I graduate my senior year, I'm hoping to go to UNCG and become an architect. And from there, I would like to become an entrepreneur and start my own business in architecture and to help remodel castles and to keep them preservated. Pretty excited about going to any university really. Originally I did want to go state, but I saw it as an opportunity to going into any college is pretty great, especially for my family, and I'd be one of the first of my family to graduate high school, like regular high school. And I'll be the first in my family to go to a university, so I'm pretty excited. I quit school for a little while because my mom lost her job and we didn't really have any way to get by. And sometimes I went a few days without like much food and stuff like that. And I felt kind of like I had a duty to my sister and my mom that I had to get a job. So I quit school and I did landscaping for a few months, but that's a seasonal job. It'll die out usually during the winter seasons and stuff. And so during that time, it got like really rough, and I ended up I moved out of my mom's, and I was trying to just find a way to get out, and that's how I got moved in with my grandma. And as soon as I got in with her, I started going back to school. My grandma, she pretty much gave me everything. I never asked her for money hardly. Like, we may not have a lot of money, and I don't have like a nice fancy car or a nice house and like really nice clothes, but she gives me the bare essentials, and there's nothing more that I could ask from that. Every day I know that I can go in there and she'll have food ready for me. About every day I come home from school, she has food already prepared. We may not talk, like I don't really talk to my grandma a whole lot, but maybe I don't tell her I love her as much as I need to, but she does a great deal for me. I really respect her for that. That life is about being happy, and you can succeed with money, but money's not going to be anything. You build up your money and you can have nice houses and nice cars, and you're just building up an empire of dirt, because one day that's all going to fall apart. So I think that everybody should just aim for happiness and do what they can do to achieve that.
I'm Claire Ruggles. I'm Executive Director of the Northern Moore Family Resource Center. The Resource Center was founded in 1996 and has been serving families in Northern Moore County for almost 20 years. I've been here over 9 years, and since I've been the director, we've focused on trying to support children in their education and on trying to improve economic and housing conditions in Robbins and Northern Moore County.
The center has been really the go-to organization for doing a lot of the things that are now taking place, because they are here. They have the trust of not only the community but the elected officials.
I'd like to see Robbins become a thriving community economically again, and I think that the town officials along with us are taking steps to try to make that happen.
See, a lot of people don't realize what they do. A lot of things the Northern Moore Resource Center does, it don't get told the right way. It ain't publicized enough, and because they do a lot, and they got my full cooperation to help anytime with the projects they do, because they're all positive. So
we helped start the Robbins Business Association, and we've painted one coat on each of those buildings, and then we're painting the other end of the thing. We've finished, except for the door, that building.
The 2 years that I've been here, I've seen how much they do and how much they are dedicated, because they're not here for a job or because they have to, because they really don't have to. It's because they want to. And not everybody can handle something like this and the stress of getting grants and help from everywhere just to give something to somebody else, and it's not for them.
We also have little free libraries that we have put in sort of rural and isolated areas out from Robbins in every direction. There are a number of trailer parks that are just down dirt roads. They can be fairly isolating, particularly if a family just has one car and dad takes it to work, and so mom's at home with whatever children are not yet in school. And so there are little libraries that they can walk to and get a book.
They've done nothing but good things for the community. They're always here to help. They're always here. I've not seen them not help somebody that needed it.
We do a program that we started 3 years ago that is called Santa's Workshop. So every Christmas we send letters home with all children who attend Robbins Elementary and Elise Middle School, and we tell parents that we want to lend them a helping hand at Christmas. We ask them to list their children and their ages and sizes and send it back to us. And we partner with a number of churches so that the churches and us together shop for, and we set up our offices like a department store, and families, we assign them a time and they come in and they're able to choose a pair of pants, a shirt, a coat, a pair of shoes, and a toy, thanks to Toys for Tots, and a book for each of their kids. It's a cool thing. We served over 600 children this past Christmas.
They're not forced to be here, and I'm not either, and I'm really excited. And you can see how dedicated they are, and they have good hearts. I really can tell. Anybody could tell, I guess. They really have good hearts. And I hope they can rub some off on me. And
the kids are wonderful, and they're bright, and they're enthusiastic, and they want to learn, and they're just start far behind, and they can never catch up. We realized that we need to start preschool and earlier, because that birth to 5 years is when kids build their vocabulary, make all the connections with the world.
The county public school system is limited to the number of students that they can handle. There's no other outlet for it. There's no other early childhood type program or Head Start program, nothing like that in the area.
In Northern Moore, it's more important than other places, I think, because the children in Northern Moore County don't have the advantages that some other children have who come from more affluent homes. Preschool is important in any case, but up here particularly important. And as a teacher in the public school, I've heard at the start of kindergarten, kids are behind. And that just upsets me so, because how can they be behind when they just started?
Our goal now is to open a preschool, because while children at Robbins make growth every year, only about 50% of them are proficient in reading. And so we think it's because we need to start educating them sooner. We'll be opening the Hope Academy this August with 2 preschool classrooms, and we hope by next school year to have expanded it to 4 classrooms. When I first started working up here, I realized that about 90% of the students at Robbins Elementary and Elise Middle School qualify for reduced or free lunch, and about 60% of the students at both schools speak English as their second language.
So it's not spoken in the home, so that puts them at a disadvantage. So a preschool would really give them the language, the vocabulary and the structure that just hearing more English would provide.
It's equally as important, especially with the dual language learners, to read in English and Spanish. And these kids could have such a benefit from, learning 2 languages at an early age. They can be bright and curious and excited, but it's just the odds are stacked against them. So I think if we can, start with them, I do think that it could change lives.
It just was a great sort of happenstance that the town has a park across the street from its former fire and rescue squad building, and that's where we're going to house the Hope Academy. The park, gosh, the equipment's probably at least 30 years old, and Julie found an organization called Kaboom, and their mission is to make sure there are places for children to have active play. And so we applied for and received a grant from them to put in about $25,000 worth of new play equipment in the park. And it requires that the community build the park.
The park across the way will be used kind of as an extension, an outdoor classroom. So we'll be able to go to the park and get muddy and paint, and yeah, it's all about when they leave dirtier than when they come.
It's good to have folks that are really genuinely interested in helping others, and they've gone above and beyond in some cases to make sure that everyone is treated fairly or being helped out in any way, shape, or form, and giving them the tools necessary to move forward in life.
Somewhere along the way, we realized that there were families living in fairly unsafe circumstances, and we thought, how can a child focus on doing well in school when they're cold, or maybe they don't have electricity or whatever. So we decided to start some sort of housing initiative.
I came to work at the Resource Center about 3.5 years ago as an IDA coordinator. That's individual development account. That allowed us to help families prepare by offering savings and budgeting classes and help with credit repair or credit building so that they could be able to qualify for a mortgage.
One of the houses that a family purchased, we had bought probably 4 years ago, an old mill home, and we got some grants and we completely renovated it, put in new roof, pulled up layers and layers of flooring till we got down to heart pine floors, and turned a 2-bedroom home into a 3-bedroom home, and we sold it to a family in our IDA program last October.
I met the Northmore Resource Center because I started taking GED classes, and that's when I met Marseille. I found out that she was helping people get in, their save up for their first payment, down payment for their house.
I talked to her about whether or not she was a homeowner and if she would be interested possibly in being a homeowner. That had always been a dream for her, but a dream that hadn't seemed like it would be a reality soon. She signed up for the IDA program. You could just tell how bright she was and how excited she was about having her family have the home that she had always dreamed that they would live in.
We tried to find a lot of houses, and every time that I was trying to find one, Marseille was there with me all this time, helping me out. We couldn't find the house that I really wanted, so.
We couldn't find the perfect home for her, and I kept telling her to be sure not to settle.
I had to get the land, and then we're building now. And to this point, she's still helping me. She's been with me all this time, like everything, all the paperwork, every place that I go, she goes with me. So she's like a lot of help to me. I wouldn't be able to make it without her.
The Resource Center is stretching out and really helping people in need that need the services that some can't afford and are critical at the time in the life of the children that are benefited from those.
When I got involved initially and I thought about what we could do, it was overwhelming. It was like, how do you help lift a town that's in the shape that it's in, or how do you help move the center in a direction that can have a major impact? And little by little, the pieces kind of fall into place, and all of a sudden, you can see how it can be done. I went from being overwhelmed to, okay, I think we can do something here. We're getting some traction. And it's been very interesting and very rewarding too, and humbling, believe it or not.
In the perfect world, in a couple of years, we'll have 5 preschool classrooms serving 3- and 4-year-old children in Robbins, and a couple of multi-purpose classrooms where we'll have adult education. And what is now the abandoned Fire and Rescue Squad building will be renovated and nice looking, and it will be a great thing in the middle of downtown Robbins. And the park will be vibrant. That's what I hope for the future.
Well, I just want to tell No More Resource Center that they're being a lot of help to me, and then I really appreciate everything they do, and I wish they keep doing it because there is a lot of people that need their help. And just thank you.